We'll call the meeting to order. First agenda, Ms. Humphries, will you call the roll?
President Osborne,
Here.
Vice President Holcomb,
Here.
Member Gresham,
Here.
Member Kazi,
Here.
Member Spear,
Here.
all are present.
All righty. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
I have a second.
I will second.
All right. Mr. Holcomb and Ms. Spear with the second. Please vote. The motion has been approved. Do we have a need for executive session? If so, may I take a motion?
I move that we move into executive session, please.
A motion by Ms. Kazi,
I will second the motion.
second by Ms. Spear. Please, we don't need to vote, please vote. All right, the regular session is recessed while we go into executive session. we're going to reconvene the regular meeting. And for the next item, 3.2, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, and we have some special guests who, if you could come up to the front and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. And board, if you want to watch our guests sign for us, the Pledge of Allegiance, please move around.
But we need our audience to rise but to also say the pledge
rise.
verbally. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, guys. You can sit down. Thank you.
Well, thank you, students. You did an amazing job. Our students from Madison Meadows, if I'm not correct.
That's correct.
Thank you, and I think for the next time you come back, you can sign War and Peace for us. All right, on to presentations and recognitions. Dr. Bach?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a school? I'm sorry.
Dr. Osborne, before we have our presentation and recognitions, we're going to have our Madison Middle School
Oh, that's right.
showcase. And so I'd like to call Miss Katie Clark, our principal from Madison Meadows, forward to introduce the video. Miss Clark?
Well, I'm not going to lie, I was not prepared for words, but I'm never at a lack for words, that's for sure. I'm excited. This is my first showcase. It's only my second year here at Madison Meadows, but I'm really excited about the work that our teachers and students have done on campus this year. We tried to create a video that really highlighted a number of different things happening on our campus that also aligned with our school improvement action plan. So without further ado, we'll show you our video.
Thank you.
This year, we've really been focusing on how to increase student engagement, offer students more choice and voice in how they learn and how they demonstrate their learning, and really trying to take a more project-based learning approach to teaching. We're really excited to highlight some of the work that we are doing across the curriculum, but more specifically in some of our newer elective classes so that you can see all the great things that are happening here at Madison Meadows.
So we have this great program through Trout in the Classroom, and it was introduced to me through Nathan Butler, who teaches PE, and he does Parks and Rec PE here on our campus at Meadows. And so through some gentlemen who was helping him teach fly fishing, I come to find out about Trout in the Classroom, in which this group comes in, they give you a full aquarium setup, and we get to raise 100 rainbow trout in our classroom, and the kids get to see the entire process go through.
Hello, my name is John. I'm in 5th grade, and we just got fish in our classroom, and I'm really excited about it because we can get to see them change and go through the stages of life and learn about the species. But for now, they just hatched, like a week ago. They just hatched, and they were orange. They're orange right now, and they have like eyes that pop out a lot. Their yolk sac is disappearing, and they're going to turn into like a fry, which is kind of like a mini version of a trout, like really small. And we're going to be able to set them free. But there were also some white eggs that are called blanks, and there were the eggs with nothing in them, and they were like totally dead.
So this project is really engaging for the students because it's everything that we're learning about ecosystems and biomes and flow of energy and matter in ecosystems. These students get to see it firsthand happening in the classroom. And so our conversations that we have as we're going through our life science unit, the kids are always just really eager to find a way to tie it back to what they have seen happening in our fish tank.
So I am the band teacher, project design, and coding teacher. When I became those teachers, I also inherited a bunch of instruments, trying to figure out how to create student-based problems that they could solve. I was looking for what I could do with these instruments that were about 16 years old, broken, damaged, some just needed some repair. So I decided to give the students choice, discuss the IB design cycle, how we have a problem, we look and we develop research questions, we research that, we come up with ideas, and we create a solution. So that's where I gave them ideas about their guitars, different ways that we could repurpose them, repair them, bring them back to life, and put them into the hands of somebody that could use them for decoration or back to an instrument repurposed.
So the really amazing thing right now that you get to do in this next hour is by making a bowl, you are going to help feed 5 people in this community. You are making a vessel to hold food, but it's also a potter's responsibility to put good intentions in that vessel as well, okay? So take a moment and just hold your clay, close your eyes if you'd like, and give good intentions to what you're going to make. This is going to help feed people, okay? This is a small action you can do to make a big difference.
Or again, go ahead.
Okay. The Empty Bowls project is where we make ceramic bowls and then we sell them to raise money to help feed the hungry people in Phoenix.
What did you like most about this project?
I enjoyed how hands-on it was and being able to physically make the bowls that we were going to sell.
And what did you find engaging about it?
I found it engaging that we'd actually be selling these bowls and we'd actually be able to go out and do something with the money that we were raising.
And how did the project relate to the community around us?
It related to the community around us because it would help to actually go out there and be able to feed the hungry people in our community, and we'd be helping.
Tell me, like, what do you see are the benefits to offering your students different choice options and or trying to identify topics to learn English that relate to the world around them?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to give students choice, agency, and autonomy in the classroom. If they can see themselves part of the classroom and the curriculum, they can see why it extends beyond the classroom. It makes it more meaningful, and it also mitigates a lot of classroom management kind of issues. It mitigates a lot of the question of when am I ever going to use this, because they can see themselves using it not just as an 8th grader, but as a part of a broader world, a part of their community. I think when they've got choice, they are a lot more inclined to want to put their best foot forward and to make it really meaningful and extend deeper with their learning.
So for choice boards, students love it. Like, it makes us feel like we have so many more options. We get to choose something that we're actually interested in doing, and it's for a grade, so it makes us want to work for it.
Yeah, for example, in Miss Wessel's class, where you can do podcasts, we can do videos, we can make posters. And besides what we're doing, it's also interesting to see other students' projects because of all the different variety options.
IB really focuses on an inquiry approach to learning, and project-based learning fits in perfectly with that, starting oftentimes with an entry event to get kids thinking about solving a problem, for example. Also, project-based learning has a public summative, and that can often align with IB service learning projects. We've tried to integrate both the inquiry approach as well as the public summative approach in some of the projects that you've seen in this video. For example, with the trout in the science classrooms, we've also had a lot of PSAs in many of our classrooms promoting, for example, sustainability. All of this lends itself to increased engagement by our students. So our students are making connections to real world learning, as well as completing projects in a hands-on environment that is oftentimes the highlight of their day.
So yeah, our community project is, we raised money to buy sports equipment for the Title I school in our district, which is Madison Park. Fortunately, we raised over $6,200 and we're able to get them lots of new things. But it incorporated finance in a way that we kind of needed, because we're learning about finance in our social studies class, and it was the first time 2 14-year-olds have had $6,000 in their possession.
Yeah, we've learned that we've taken write-offs, discounts, account payments, and social studies, and applying it to our community project by purchasing items, sponsors giving them write-offs for taxes and discounts.
Thank you. Very good job.
I think we all appreciate the closing comments by Mr. Merrill. Well, thank you from our team at Meadows. Amazing presentation. And although I love all these video ones, I can't wait till hopefully next year where we can start doing more things in person. Any questions, comments? If not, we'll move on to the next item.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the governing board and executive team. Tonight, we'd like to go ahead and recognize our You Make the Difference and Shining Star recipients from Madison Meadows and Madison Simus. And so I'll call Ms. Anna Andrews, the president of our MDCTA, to recognize the merits and accomplishments of the wonderful staff that we have. Ms. Andrews?
Welcome.
Thank you. The You Make the Difference and Shining Star Awards are presented by the Madison District Classroom Teachers Association and Madison administration to recognize the certified and classified staff who truly demonstrate Madison's vision of inspiring passion for learning and leading in an ever-changing world. And the first award recipient is Diane Simon. Diane Simon is a dedicated educator. She started out in journalism, but realized her true love for reading and writing drew her to teaching. Diane is an example of how you can adapt and change as the world and your career can change. She knows how to be true to your passions. Throughout her 20-year career at Simus, Diane has embraced change with grace. She taught fourth grade gifted, third grade gifted, and served as the online teacher for third grade last year. Diane Simon is a team player. She has been the grade level chair for a number of years and has served on various committees. She helps to collaborate and encourages her coworkers. Diane also isn't afraid of hard work. She thinks deeply about her students and how to meet their needs. She is thoughtful and puts a lot of time and research into her lessons. She is flexible and creative and looks for ways to incorporate hands-on, inquiry-based learning experiences for her students. Diane has been a science advocate and leader, and because of that, has brought new and innovative science ideas to her grade level. She is always willing to share her knowledge and lessons with others, especially when new teachers come. Diane doesn't hesitate to offer help and share her plans. Diane is a risk taker and open-minded. She is known to have a love-hate relationship with technology and will even joke about it. However, when she taught online during COVID, Diane didn't hesitate to learn the new technology needed to meet the needs of her students. She even became the grade-level online teacher for the school year last year. Diane Simon is a kind, compassionate, and dedicated teacher. While her passion for students has never changed, our world continues to change each year, and Diane continues to adapt to meet the needs of her students. She truly has made a difference in the lives of students and staff at Simus. Thank you, Diane. Probably want you to speak.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. And whoever wrote that, I owe you a lot. That was such wonderful words. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm exhausted. I have worked hard for these last 20 years. It's bittersweet because this is my last year. I am retiring.
We'll be taking that award away.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have grandbabies, so I want to be with them. And but I will probably be back subbing, and if you bribe me enough, I will sub in your class. So, and I want to thank all those that showed up for me, Mrs. Powers, and Katie Labrie, and Mrs. Deal. And my youngster that I'm working next door to, Abigail Stormer, she helps me with technology, but I've learned so much being online as an online teacher last year. And Mr. Merrill, he makes me verklempt. We have a history because he used to be on our team, and remember this? Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're more dangerous to the microphone than I am.
Oh.
Careful that sometimes.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next You Make the Difference award recipient is Claire Vicanti. Claire has worked at Madison Meadows for 7 years, and this year she took on a new role outside of the classroom as our IB coordinator and coach. Claire has elevated the IB program at Madison Meadows in a number of ways. She has been meeting with teachers frequently to plan engaging instruction, helping them to take risks and try new strategies and approaches to teaching. Claire has found ways to help our students make connections to their learning by planning field trips and visits from guest speakers. As an example, our 7th grade students recently worked on a math project related to running a zoo, and Claire has organized a visit from the Phoenix Zoo for those students so they can see what they are learning in the classroom relates to the community they live in. One of the biggest tasks Claire coordinates is the 8th grade community project. Motivating 210 8th graders to complete a year-long project is pretty tricky. To inspire our students, she organized a visit from Gabriel's Angels, an organization that pairs therapy dogs with kids in needs. Watching the students listen to the guest speaker allowed them to get personally connected and to see the impact that even small changes can make. Claire has come to the rescue on a number of occasions when we've been short-staffed. You might be thinking that means she is simply filling in as a sub, but that is definitely not all she does. We found ourselves in a pickle with the mid-year arts and crafts teaching vacancy. Claire created curriculum, bought last-minute supplies, taught lessons, and then supported the new teacher we eventually hired for the position. We thought we were in the clear when another position came available, and Claire came to the rescue yet again. Claire is an innovator. She is dependable. She is patient and persistent. She is integral and irreplaceable piece of the puzzle that makes up the Meadows community. To sum it up, Claire Vicanti is pretty much a superhero in plain clothes, and that's why we chose her as our Meadows You Make the Difference recipient.
Congratulations.
There you go. Top that.
Yeah. Feels like a lot of pressure. Just thank you for the award, and I really appreciate it. And the thing that means a lot to me is my children, who are right here, Marco and Danielle. Because Madison is a family, and it was important to me that my real family and my work family got a chance to meet. So thank you.
You get a picture. You gotta get a picture.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Should have made a moment.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Blame us for playing your mom.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, our first Shining Star Award recipient is Tiffany Muandumba Jenkins. Tiffany joined the Madison Meadows staff just this year. She is our delightfully amazing library associate. When we interviewed Tiffany back in July, we shared with her our vision of the role that the library and library associate should play in an IB school. We told her we wanted the library to be a central hub for learning versus an overly quiet and underutilized space, which it had been the past year. She has taken our vision and run with it. Tiffany now partners with our teachers to provide them resources and ideas to enhance their curriculum. She proudly displays student work that is created in Spanish class, project design, and English. Tiffany has also been instrumental in helping our community of students make connections to the world around them. She brought the Books for Africa initiative to our campus, and families brought in over 700 books in just 4 days to donate to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Tiffany has made the library such an inviting space where kids feel safe to come in and read, play chess and other games, and hang out with their friends before school and at lunch. She patiently works with our students who have had tough days or make bad choices. Tiffany is so full of hope, energy, kindness, and love. It's almost like she's our very own Disney princess. And just like the Disney song, When You Wish Upon a Star, you actually get your very own shining star named Tiffany Muandumba Jenkins.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tiffany, the library associate at Madison Meadows. I have to just tell you, this is more of an honor to me than you could ever imagine. The Madison team are just full of exceptional people that I get to enjoy every day. I feel so supported, and from the outside, I was a parent. My kiddos went to Meadows and Simus, and now that I'm part of the team, I'm just blown away by the people, the enthusiasm. Everyone genuinely cares, and I get to be a part of that. And I just look forward to the future, and I'm so grateful and honored that you would give this award to me. So thank you so much. I adore you.
Oh, do you have anybody here with you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My wonderful and amazing family who is here. I have my husband, my son. Yeah, come on up. It's okay. Come on. I know, right? They're like, no. My family is super supportive. It's always wonderful to have a solid foundation, and I am very lucky to have such a loving and supportive family. So thank you all. Yeah.
Okay. Watch out. Hold on to it because it slips out.
The bottom like this? Yes.
I love it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And thank you for
everything that you do. Thank you.
So much fun. I know. This is like gateway drug.
Okay, Our second Shining Star Award recipient is Jay McLaurin. Jeremiah McLaurin, or Coach Jay as we know him, is a man who wears many hats at Madison-Simus. Coach Jay is a unique member of the Simus community in that he is a special education paraprofessional who also supports students during lunch recess as a coach for the Socially Acceptable Company. Coach Jay is an enthusiastic team member and exemplary human. He makes meaningful connections with all of the students at Simus and is always seen actively contributing to make Simus a positive and productive place to be. Coach Jay's willingness to try new things is a perfect example of learning and leading in an ever-changing world. Coach Jay is always an enthusiastic team player. He takes on several roles and tasks at Simus, above and beyond his normal duties. In fact, we do not think there is a challenge that Coach Jay would back away from if it means helping our students and staff. Coach Jay will take on crosswalk duty in a pinch, help a new student get to breakfast, support resource room transitions, support small group instruction, and consistently provides teachers with feedback on student choices during recess times. He is selfless and giving of his time and talents. Coach Jay inspires students to work hard and do their best. He is such a beneficial influence at Simus. The students absolutely adore him because of his positive attitude, friendliness, and authenticity. He is respectful and kind to all students he works with and is open to learning new skills. Students' faces light up when Coach Jay greets each of them by name. He is extremely friendly, greeting every student by name. Coach Jay is a positive role model for the students and a great team member at Simus. He does everything with enthusiasm, and we are lucky to have him on our team. Thank you, Coach Jay, for all that you do.
You have to button my jacket now, too.
I didn't want to put it on, you know.
There you go. Actually, here, I'll give you the microphone.
Oh man, well, I can't sing like Miss Simon back there, but I can say a little something. But I just want to, say thanks to the principals at Madison Simon's, Principal Webb, Principal Murray. I see those two, a lot every day I come in. So, it's good to, see them do their job. That means, I know I got to carry my weight. So, being a coach, that's all I want to, look forward to is making a difference in school and then bring, having everything come together. I see some 4th grade teachers and some 3rd grade teachers here, and they've been a big help. I said, whatever you need me to do. And, they accept me for, if they're having something going on, then I think I can, be a help to wherever class it is at. So being here for a year and some change, I'm a Michigan guy. I went to Michigan State University. I played big-time college football. I played one in the NFL. So I was bringing in a real rough neighborhood. I didn't have, a father really, in my life. I had great mentors, my mom took me to church every Sunday, so I knew I was going to be all right, So I just was raised in a good household with 2 sisters, and I just thought, what can I do to help, someone to help, change make a difference, be the difference to make a difference. So I said, this the thing is to get into school. So, I wasn't an A+ student, but I knew I wanted to keep my grades good because Mom wasn't going to let me play no sports if my grades was bad. So I had to bring, study. I had to go to study hall. I had to bring, something to the table to order to go get that scholarship that I want, so my mom don't have to pay for college, and she still didn't have to pay for us because I went for free. Mm-hmm. So, I earned that degree. I earned the right, to do these things, but, I want to have a big influence on the kids over at Madison Simon's, man, and it takes great courage and insight of me to work with great ladies and to work with great kids and to be part of the Madison district community. So I thank you guys a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll trade you.
We want to thank all those who we recognize tonight. You're more than welcome to stay for the board meeting, but something tells me you prefer doing other activities at this time. So thank you to all of you and to those who nominated you. And that concludes our presentations and recognitions.
So Dr. Baca, why don't we roll into the superintendent's report?
Sure.
What do you have to report?
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the governing board and executive team. Two items. The first one is thank you, Dr. Guerin, for being here tonight. She and I continue to collaborate, meet, and transition into next school year, and so it's been a joy to continue to be able to do that and work directly with her. And then finally, just to let you know that returning from our spring break and updates to our mitigation plan, just how smooth things have gone, and I want to appreciate our adults and our students for respecting and honoring the choices that their fellow students or fellow colleagues have made, and it's gone smoothly thus far, and I expect that the rest of the school year will go just as smoothly. So that concludes my report.
All right. Mr. Holcomb, anything to report, or board member reports? Mr. Holcomb?
Yeah, just a couple of things. I am happy that Dr. Guerin was able to be here again to see. One of the most wonderful things about being on the school board is being able to see those award ceremonies and that. When I first got on the board, I thought, we're supposed to be doing business and that, and at that time, I've come to just to really feel that's one of the most important things we do, is recognize people and get a chance to hear the accolades for the Madison family. That is really uplifting. I also was glad to see that the baseball season started. I know that some students, some of the special needs students from number 1 got a field trip. I got to see a picture of them out there enjoying a baseball game, and it was wonderful. And just last thing is I want to remind people that the last and 25th anniversary and last touring company for the play Rent is going to be produced at our wonderful Madison the theater and this weekend, and it'll be great. I hope a lot of people go there and get your tickets because it's selling out. And with that, I have nothing more to report.
Thank you. Ms. Gresham, anything to report?
No, I have nothing to report. I'm good.
All right. I'll go to Ms. Spear. Anything to report?
I do not have any report. Thank you.
Ms. Kazi.
Thank you. I just want to let folks know that the art teacher at Madison Meadows, Megan Tracy, is organizing an event to create sunflowers to raise money to donate to the International Refuge Committee to provide resources to Ukrainian refugees. And that will happen. They'll be selling, Madison middle school students will be selling their artwork on Saturday, April 2nd for their Make a Difference Day. So stop by, bring your wallet, and help the students out and help refugees from Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kazi. And I have nothing to report. Now on to calls to the public. We do have one call to the public already. We limit calls to the public to 3 minutes. The board is not allowed to respond if it's not on an agenda item. So welcome. Chris McAfee, and you have 3 minutes. Welcome. And he comes bringing gift season.
So let me know when I start.
Oh, go ahead. Whenever you're ready. Welcome.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say I love the culture here. I was impressed with the kids raising 6,200. I was like, wow, maybe I need to hire them. That was excellent. So, you can just feel the love in the culture here. So I appreciate that. So I'm a new sub. and I'm an author. And so I'm excited about education because my dad would force me to read growing up. And my mom told me to never join a gang. She was my gang, right? And that's how I feel here, right? You all are the gang. And then my grandma said each generation is supposed to leave more for the next. And I was a slacker in school, right? But I eventually got out of that because of, the good role models around me, whether it was teachers, principals, superintendents. I went to ASU, and that was a great experience. Obama did the commencement, and he talked about our body of work must always continue. And so my body of work has continued. I went from, slacking in school to now I've written over like 8 books, and I got like 30 out there in my head. And so I believe they're important because we want the kids. So I just at 36 learned, the different levels because I decided to become a sub of superintendents, right? I just knew about district, and then I learned regional, state, and I actually got a chance to meet Miguel Cordona, right, and his staff last week in Chicago. So I really been living out superintendents take the best selfies, right? It's been amazing. Right? I took selfies all over the country, and I wish the kids would have stayed. I want you all to give the books to the kids, right? I gave some to the staff earlier, but the point is in the book it's to increase engagement, right? Get them taking pictures and getting signatures from the superintendents at each different level. I was at the state board meeting yesterday, and it was good, but I just wish there was more kids there. So I want you all to take action, right? I was in a board meeting in Chicago, and the superintendent just amazed me at the way. Is it 30 seconds? So he just amazed me at, he introduced me to his curriculum. Like the meeting was from 7 to 10, and he introduced me to his curriculum specialist. He set a meeting within like 5 minutes. I was like, whoa, what just happened? You know what I mean? This guy's amazing. So I want to work with 10 schools. I'm already working with some, and I want to get the kids taking selfies, and I want you all to buy my books because they're amazing. So that's it. But yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll make sure the books get passed around. And Dr. Baca, will you do any follow-up as needed with our speaker?
And Mr. President, members of the Governing Board and Executive Team, I'll leave it to Dr. Lumley, since she coordinates with the substitutes, to go ahead and gather more information, okay?
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming and speaking, and thank you for all you do for education. That's very impressive. All right. Now on to the consent agenda items. Ms. Spear, if you want to look at that. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
So moved.
Ms. Spear and Mr. Holcomb with the second. Please vote. Right. The motion is approved. Now on to information items. Dr. Baca, do you want to introduce the Madison Highland Prep School Report?
I'll be happy to. Mr. President, members of the Governing Board and Executive Team, as you know, we give an annual report. We ask for an annual report from our partners in education, and that's Madison Highland Prep. As you know, they are a public charter school that we entered into collaboration with to be able to provide opportunities for our students that were looking for other options for high school. And tonight, Dr. Clary Clark, the Executive Director of Highland Prep Academies, and Rosana Rodriguez, the Principal at Madison Highland Prep, will be here to present their annual report to you. Dr. Clark, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Board President, members of the board, executive team. You met Rosie Rodriguez last year. I'm not sure you grilled her enough, though, so she's back. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do this presentation because, as you know, I've given this presentation in the previous 7 years. But I think I'm just going to let Ms. Rodriguez give you the boring PowerPoint, and then I'll step in to try to help be a little more dynamic.
Yeah. I think we should mark this day. This first time I think Carrie's turned over a microphone to someone else.
But I'm handing him the microphone because I know Dr. Clark too well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right.
Well, hello, everyone. I was not expecting to speak, so thank you for having us. Madison Highland Prep has a great partnership with the Madison School District. Can you all hear me okay? Okay. And we have been doing a lot of great things. Do I just need to tell you when to, oh, we click?
I don't know.
We click?
It's got an arrow only on one side. Want to try it? Yeah. Here it is.
Okay. So this slide just reviews our programs. We are a STEM college prep high school.
Apologize. I want to introduce Governing Board President for Madison Highland Prep, Dr. Donald Enns, and he's here tonight to say hi and to support Ms. Rodriguez.
You do not resist yourself.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Keep, you want the next slide?
Yeah.
Do you want me to just click?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So this just goes over our enrollment numbers. This is a great slide. It goes over data, and as you can see, our data and everyone's data, I think across the board in schools across Arizona has taken a little bit of a dip with COVID, but we have been excelling, and you can see how we compare to all the other local schools in the area. It's just our letter grades. We, are an A school once again. It's just our proficiency data and how we got to the letter grade of A. And if I'm going through anything too fast, please let me know. I really just want to get to the highlights at the end. So once again, we have 100% graduation rate. We have 89 seniors this year, and for the 5th year in a row, we have 100% of our seniors admitted to 4-year colleges and universities all across the U.S. So we've had students attending Howard, Cal Poly, Tulane, Notre Dame, Berkeley, and many of our students going to ASU, U of A, NAU, and GCU, and attending the honors programs in most schools, the honors colleges. So this just goes over how many of our freshmen and our sophomores are in our honors program. So about half of our 9th graders and about half of our sophomores are enrolled in honors classes. Our advanced placement participation, our 12th grade is our biggest group. By the time they get to 12th grade, they have met the prerequisites to be able to take mostly or all of our AP classes. Which they do. Most of our 10th graders are taking 4 AP classes or 3 AP classes in dual enrollment. We have a robust internship program, and for this year, we have one of our seniors that's interning at Squickman's Engineering. We have 4 students that are going through the meeting process, the interview process for the Civil CAD internship positions, and below is just the various internship opportunities that our students have had an opportunity to apply for. You want to chime in on anything?
Sure. Something that's new this year, Mr. Rodriguez told me the other day on the phone that we have 89% FAFSA completion rate, which is awesome because that means our kids really believe they can go to college, and they really believe that they can get funded to go to college, and somehow they've convinced their parents to turn over their taxes. So that's kind of exciting.
And in addition to that, we have a number of great things that have happened this year. We introduced aerial drone racing this year as one of our clubs, and sorry, it advanced. And our team is actually going to be participating in the World's Competition, which is May 10th through the 12th in Dallas, Texas. All 3 of our VEX robotics teams made it to the state competition this year. We have added another engineering class. So this year we introduced Principles of Biomedical Engineering to our engineering curriculum, as well as a couple of additional elective classes. So we introduced art history and drama to the courses that we offer. We have 2 students, 2 of our seniors that have been awarded athletic scholarships for baseball. Sorry, it keeps advancing. I think I went through the rest.
We have a new division in VEX Robotics. It's VR5, so it's kind of like a robotic arm that mimics manufacturing sector. And you can start off with branching coding, or you can go to more sophisticated coding once you're ready.
Yep. And we continue to have colleges from all over the United States, and we're trying to get international colleges come and present, but this year we've had over 40 colleges and universities come and present to our juniors and our seniors, and so we hope to just keep adding to the list of schools that seek out our students.
Although we did have one student accepted to a few schools in the UK. And
Yes.
which were his schools? They were in the UK.
Universities in the UK that he was admitted to. The other great thing that we added this year was we started a parent workshop series, both on the mental health side and on the college admission side. Since we are lucky and fortunate to have two counselors, one focuses on the mental health aspect and the other one helps with college admissions. And so we've been able to offer workshops from teens and social media to how do teens build healthy relationships to College 101, understanding the FAFSA, and several other workshops. And so we hope to continue to build onto that next year and continue to offer parent workshops. These are just some of our recognitions. And then just some pictures. Any questions?
How did I do?
They have questions.
All right, we'll start with Ms. Kazi.
Thank you so much. I'm always looking forward to this report. You're doing good things. I do have a question, though, about enrollment. So I mean, historically, and I've seen this in other places that have pretty high demanding STEM programs, you do have some loss from freshmen to seniors. Is it, if you can give me some guidance on what those reasons are, is it just they decide that the science and math is, like the heaviness of it is not what they're looking for? I would just be interested in some guidance.
That is a good question. Actually, what I found, a lot of the reason that we lose students is they end up moving. Is really the main reason that students transition. I think we have, well, not I think, we have had, by the time they get to senior year, some students that would rather have a half-day schedule and be able to leave or finish the school day at 12, as opposed to going to 2:30 and taking hardcore college classes for the whole year. Those are just a couple of the reasons, but mainly because they end up moving.
Okay, and then just also wanted just to mention for opportunities for the summer, I know ASU is still doing their Transportation Institute, which is a free program. I don't know if you've ever encouraged your students to apply, but they basically house them for free for a week on the Polytech campus and introduce them to the different practices of engineering. And it's really a fabulous program.
Now that you mention it, we have, last summer, I know that we had 1 or 2 students participate in some of the programs at ASU, and I know this year we have 1 or 2 students that are going to be this upcoming summer participating in some programs.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your report.
No, thank you for your question.
Other questions? Mr. Holcomb.
Yeah, hi. A lot of times you also provide us with information about how many of your students were Madison students to begin with.
Yes, about 70% of our students come from the Madison School District.
Yeah, and also you, at least originally when it started, was to start at school in the Title I area. How many of your kids are Title I kids, do you know?
Yep, go ahead.
We're up this year, we're up to 66%, 63 last year.
So 66% of your kids are Title I and from Madison. I mean, that's why this partnership has been so good. One thing I thought you touched on a little bit, but Carrie, if you remember the first year you had a football team, I remember very distinctly you standing up there, because you only had freshmen and sophomores, saying, well, I asked you how your football team would do, and you said our aerial game will be great because our kids are going to be flying through the air with those big, the seniors and juniors hit them. But you actually now have, how are your sporting programs doing?
So yeah, the first year we actually had 20 sophomores. So yeah, it was all freshmen, and their bodies were definitely spiraling through the air. And now they are all over again to a degree because we just joined the AIA in this year. So we're getting our comeuppance a little bit in some of these sports. Soccer was still pretty dominant and strong.
Boys volleyball team is doing really well. They've won past five games that they've had.
I think baseball is doing well and looking good. But other than that, it's there's a lot of learning going on and resetting.
Yeah.
Well,
Although actually, I'm not being fair to basketball. Boys basketball was on fire for a while.
Yes. But transitioning into the EIA has been, we're just competing against schools that we've never competed against, particularly this year with it being our first year, but we have a plan to be better next year.
Good. And then I think the last one is a question is when are you going to spell your curriculum correctly and add the A?
Yeah, that is a rub. We're just still trying to get people to understand what STEM means, but yeah. We're applying for a new grant, A for Arizona Innovation Grant, so we just decided on Friday, so it's been kind of night and day, but it's due tomorrow at 5 p.m. So we're going to launch for that, and so that's going to result in an uptick in internships at the school because we're going to go out and find an internship coordinator, so that's pretty exciting. And as well as an entrepreneurial class. We've got a professor out of University of Chicago who's came to us and wants to teach it for us. So we have this big grant that should help us push some of these programs forward so we can be more STEAM-like.
Well, thank you. It's been a great partnership.
I just have a quick question. It's probably for Dr. Baca. I don't see the slides attached, so can we just get a copy of the slides so I can see all this stuff we didn't?
Ms. Gresham, Mr. President, members of the board and governing board, it is attached to the agenda.
Okay. Well, I'll
I'm not
find
sure
it.
why it's not showing up, but
Oh, now it's there.
okay.
Weird. Thank you.
So, Ms. Spear.
Thank you for your presentation. If you'll remember back when we were creating the partnership with Madison Highland Prep, I was one of the board members that was very cautious about loaning out the Madison name, and the decades, over a century of excellence, in my mind, was really on the line by sharing the Madison name. And you have more than returned on that commitment. Madison Highland Prep continues to be part of the Madison community and very much a jewel in the crown. So thank you so much for everything that you do for your students and for your staff and for the Madison community.
Yeah.
Thank you. We love our relationship with the district. This is the 8th year for anyone who's doesn't know that. Began in 2013, and then we kicked off the school year in 2014. And it's been quite an adventure. It's been a lot of fun, and took a lot of courage on the part of MSD to take a chance on a charter school outfit. And thank you for all your support over the years. It's meant a lot to us.
So, question, as we're going through a little minor remodel of the campus, what challenges are you having? And then the second question to think about is, what other ways can we partner together, both in resources and I'm thinking transportation, other things that we can figure out, are there opportunities that benefit both? Because I know both schools have been challenged during COVID, and now I'm sure that construction will be a big challenge for everybody.
Do you want to answer that? Go ahead.
I think you want to speak.
Okay. So we've got some wonderful people out there looking for some facilities for us, namely gymnasiums. And so it sounds like we're getting close to finding one or two that might be a good fit for us. And but it's been stressful because it's so important, especially when you go AIA. You probably want to have a gymnasium to use. So it looks like we're on the way. As far as the academic program that we have in place, the current facilities, until we're ready to move into the new facilities, we'll absolutely get it done. We'll make it work. I used to watch MASH back in the 70s.
We're excited about the remodel.
Good. Well, I could speak as a parent of 2 Highland Prep kids. The workload is robust. Although my youngest son seems to have a less robust workload than my older one, but I think that's more about motivation than coursework. But we've been very pleased, and it's nice to have a tight-knit school. I mean, it has a very much elementary feel where everyone knows everyone, and we've been very happy and very impressed about over 60% free and reduced lunch with 100% college going rate. I mean, I think there's just a culture of college goingness, and you don't see that at every school with every student either.
Right. Thank you.
Other questions, other thoughts?
Thank you. And I just want to give kudos to Rosie for that because Rosie and I have worked together for 16 years or so. And back when she became an AP for me, well, she didn't do it for me, but under my leadership in 2009, she asked me what was going to be her primary role. And I said, you got to become the best college and career counselor ever. And she's like, I don't know anything about that. I said, I know. Let's get to work.
Yes, you did.
And she has, and she really is just gets after it. She'll even call colleges and universities to say, "We haven't heard from you yet. Are you not going to accept Maria? Like, what did we not send you that you need?"
Oh, I actually did that today for 2 students. So
nice, good, nice.
And I also heard a nasty rumor that you and our new superintendent may have been to college together in the PhD program, and the question is, who supported who more?
Dr. Guerin was way too smart. I just kind of hung in the back and.
Partnership.
Yeah.
It's always good to kiss up to your future landlord. All right,
Great to see
any
you.
other questions or comments? As always, it's wonderful to have you guys here, and the results are fabulous.
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Have a
Thanks
good
so
night.
much. Have a great night.
On to future meetings. Tuesday planning.
You turn it over to me? Okay. Mr. President, members of the governing board and executive team, on April 12th, the main thing is being able to have information items regarding the IBN Budget Advisory Committee recommendations. You know, we discussed that in executive session today, and we plan to have the team continue to meet. Dr. Osborne, while we were scheduled to have the legislative update tonight, we knew at the last minute that you were able to attend, but we didn't think that you were going to be able to. So we have that on for April 12th, where you can provide that update. We also pushed off the audit reports and compliance questionnaire that we had planned for tonight, but that will be presented to you in compliance with a state statute so that you can formally receive our audit reports and compliance questionnaires. And then moving forward to April 26th, it's my understanding that you wish to have an executive session to discuss the IBN and so forth before we go into any action items. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay, we'll add that to that. So just mark on your calendars that would be a 5 p.m. start time.
And, I would say, depending on what's happening with the state budget, if it's, please be done before then, or if it's later, we may want to adjust that time frame a little bit, but that seems like a good planning.
Okay.
Anything else? Any other issues, comments, other agenda items? All righty. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second? So Ms. Spear with Ms. Kazi seconding. Please vote. And we are adjourned.